How are y'all doing? Welcome to the Hiccup Worker Podcast. I am RJ, the friendly neighborhood Dom, and this is
Charlene,
aka
Big Rox,
not the little one,
never the little one.
And we are your favorite not safe for work coworkers. And thank you all for being the best coworkers in the world. Thank you all for being here yet again. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be right here with us.
You are so churchy.
It comes out at the most random times.
You are so churchy.
Bro, I had born and raised. It's crazy. It comes out so awkwardly all the time.
Seemed very natural to me. So
hey, train up a child. And when he is older, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, thank you for being here with us, for being the best coworkers in the world. If you're listening to us on Apple, on Spotify, go ahead and leave a nice review that does great things for us. Tell a friend about us, because like I said, we would like to grow. We would love to grow. If you're listening to us or watching us on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell. We greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment. Let us know what you thought. We love good reviews. We love good comments. But if you have something negative to say, actually
keep it to your motherfucking self.
Yeah, because the internet do that a lot. Where I ain't even ask you for your negative opinion, and you just gave it to me. Mm-hmm. And you think it's sweet. But I know people. Ooh,
I am people.
Oh, okay, all right.
So
we'll get them then. So yeah, how are you, friend?
I'm tired, but I'm in good spirits. I'm in a good space. Everything's going swell.
Okay.
I've had a fun day or so on the internet. I am getting so over the internet a bit. I really am only on my page. I will post something and then I have not scrolled at all today. Not at all. I've been on mostly Instagram today. I've been on there all day in my comments, in my activity. Do you know Amber Riley?
I do.
She commented on one of my videos today. This isn't the first video that she's liked, but it's the first one that I've seen her comment on. I was very excited.
I love Amber Riley.
I love Amber Riley.
But see, so the difference with you, so your social media is doing a different thing. Your social media is building a community, which is why it's growing the way it's growing. Mm-hmm. Because if you're on there all day, but you're only on your stuff, that means that you're interacting with. But when I go to your page, you're interacting with everybody in the comments.
Oh yeah, I try to speak to everybody, mm-hmm, and respond to everybody.
And I'm because of my content, I'm weird about talking to everybody. I'm more so waiting to see if you are safe, mm-hmm, before I talk to you. Because if I start talking back and forth to you, and you think this means something that it doesn't, whatever. And also, I don't want to be known as the dude who fucks fans. Will I?
Okay.
Probably. Do I want to be known for that? No one wants to be known for that.
No, but you just have to do other things better.
Fair.
And then you'd be known for that. I'm testing Instagram's algorithm out, because I made a video specifically saying who I make content for. I use those words, and I want to see what they do with that. I feel like it's kind of skewed because I make content for Black women, and I feel like that's already the majority of my following. So I don't really know if it'll make much of a difference, but yeah, I had to tell somebody. I told somebody in a live. One thing I can't stand, a thing that do women do this? I mean, I'm sure there's nothing that men do that women don't do, but I don't know if it's a women as a whole do this too. But I can't stand it when men, especially older men, I get this a lot with older men, when they try and compliment me by putting down other people who look like me. I hate that shit so fucking much. Older men will always come into my comments and be like, "Oh, I just love the way you dress. It's so classy. These other girls can take lessons from you." Don't you think it's classy because I'm literally at work? I be having my whole ass out when I'm outside. So don't even you doing that shit for what? That pisses me off.
So with me, it happens differently. Usually they're saying that to me, but it's about a particular opinion that I have that aligns up against patriarchy or misogyny. And so they're like, please teach other men.
Yeah, but I feel like it is the exact same thing, but they're asking you to teach men to not be terrible people.
Yes.
These old ass men be in my comments asking me to convince women to put clothes on, and I'm simply not gonna do that.
Because I'm also
this is
the other thing, and I don't know who this is for, but I am not here to convince women to put clothes on. You take off whatever you want to take off,
and show us.
Where's my camera? Right there. You take off whatever you want to take off, goddamn,
and let us see. I want to see it.
Bend over. Let me see.
Somebody told me also in the comments of one of my videos today, said nobody wants single mothers. I said no falser statement has ever been made. This is the
thing. Like, okay, I'm getting sick and tired of my preference conversation because you date whatever is available to you, which actually goes to this. I was gonna bring this up later. Hold on, but I'm gonna because it goes to something I saw that I forgot to put on here. Hold on. Let me go grab it because I saw it today, and when I say I cackled, I absolutely laughed because I was like, "This is what you get for playing with people."
Yeah.
So it was Chris Brown's birthday.
That was a long time ago,
or whatever. Apparently, he was somewhere with his kids or something, and
his birthday's Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, I don't know. I don't follow Chris Brown as we.
I was a teenage girl at one point, so yes, of course I know Chris Brown and Bow Wow's birthday off the top of my head. So
when's Bow Wow's birthday?
March 9th.
You lying?
You could check.
Oh no. Okay, all right. You got it.
No. Hey Siri.
We know. I'm not gonna test your gangster like that.
When is Bow Wow's birthday?
Bow Wow was born March 9th.
Don't play with me.
And is 36 years old.
Period. Don't play with me. I know.
Okay. All right. So anyway, it was some type of gathering. Chris Brown has all of his children and their mothers and I guess partners or whatever there. That's what it looks to be, or like family. It's like gathering. And someone commented and said, beautiful, heart, but I don't want a man with multiple baby mamas. And Chris Brown himself commented back and said, who said I was hiring, ma'am?
Like, that is a very audacious.
You saying that like you ever had a chance, and then laughing emojis.
And that's exactly what the fuck it should be.
Exactly. That's exactly what you get. Because why are you playing with people? And this is not a gendered argument, because I would say the same thing if some dude came in freaking Keke Palmer's comment section was like, damn, now you a single mother, ma. Like I don't even want to ever be with a single mom. You never had a shot, my G.
It's not your decision to make.
And also, all of this preference stuff that you talking about doesn't really matter, because y'all go against y'all's preferences every day.
Literally,
it's partially why you're so unhappy.
And a lot of y'all preferences be ass.
Your preferences, okay, difference between a preference and a boundary. Because I said that and then I thought about it and I was like, no. A preference is a thing like, I would prefer this. Mm-hmm. But if I do not have it, I will be fine. Mm-hmm. Y'all motherfuckers, preferences are just that.
Right.
You'll take somebody like you would prefer this, but if not, y'all are making these into like something that they don't have to be, and it's keeping y'all from being happy.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that, because I feel like, and I just had a conversation with somebody about this on the internet, you need to have your non-negotiables. Now, what your non-negotiables are have to be non-negotiable. I told him, but men are so frustrating. A man today told me that people, like, as far as leading, we were talking about leading and women being submissive and allowing a man to lead and all of that, right? We were having that conversation, and he's basically like, some women just don't want to listen, or they're actively against blah 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 blah. Child, I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot. What was we talking about?
That man who was talking with you about submission.
Yeah, but there were so many today. I don't remember which. I don't remember.
He was talking about how
what triggered this specific one, so I can remember who I was talking about.
But he was talking about how there are certain women that just don't want to be submissive.
Yeah, but no, what led to this? You don't remember either, huh? See,
ADHD, like, I'm telling you, bro.
Maybe I do have ADHD. Because I didn't even have my inhaler today. So I don't know what's the
yeah, no, like ADHD, bro.
But anyway, yeah, like you need to, I told someone, because he said, okay, well, what if all the women that he comes across are blah, 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 whatever. Anything is possible, but if you keep having the exact same experience with multiple women, it's probably you.
Exactly that.
And so he's like, well, you don't know certain things until you've been with somebody for a certain amount of time. And I'm like, well, you need to start asking. This is the point that I was getting to. I told him, up front, you or whoever it is that you're talking about needs to start asking better clarifying questions about your non-negotiables. If it is important for you to be able to, you don't have to be leading on the first date. That's not what we're saying. But you need to learn some clarifying questions, some hard-hitting questions that you can ask that aren't too aggressive on the first date to hear what their response is. You need to have your non-negotiables. And I told that to him, and he said, well, some people just want companionship and then they're willing to do things and then their non-negotiables go out the window. Well, then it's not a non-negotiable. It just became negotiable as soon as you put it out the window. That's not what that means.
That's you. So this is the thing I say all the time, where people, they be like, this is my boundary. Mm-hmm. Your boundaries are for you. They are to dictate to you what it is
you are willing to.
Yes, what you are willing to tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do the thing, and it's not for you to tell them, hey, don't do this to me anymore. It's for you to go, I'm out. I'm done, because I've repeatedly said, this is my line. You continuously cross the line. Mm-hmm. But instead what happens is you negotiate with yourself to stay.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't mean to do that, and this is the circumstance in which this happened, and so I understand and I give them a pass, and this is the thing that happened this time, and so it's not the same, and this is the thing that happened this time, and so, you know, like, we're not going to do it. And they've grown from the last time that they,
all these excuses for somebody who don't give a fuck about your lines.
No, they have clearly demonstrated they don't give a fuck about your boundaries because they keep doing shit to fuck with them.
But that's literally like not what a non-negotiable is. It's a hard boundary. I'm not talking about this.
Yes. Like,
and I feel like men don't be having that. Well, they have them, but they don't stick to them. I feel like in general, women stick to their like non-negotiables more often than men do.
I have one that I stand on regardless of anything. And little one got dangerously close one time. And my non-negotiable is, do not go through my shit. Mm-hmm. Do not go through my phone. Do not go through things that I have not given you access or permission to. Mm-hmm. If you do that, it's going to be a fucking problem.
Yeah.
We had a situation where she went in somewhere that she had actually had permission to, but started like
doing other stuff while she was in there. Like, I gave you access. You know how your phone now on apps, it'd be like whenever you download a new app that has access to your photos.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to give them access to all your pictures, or do you want to select
limited access? I was like, that wasn't for you. You came to do a specific thing, and then you're talking to me about this thing, and I'm like, I don't even know what that's from. Mm-hmm. It became a whole thing, and I was like, I don't know. My answer's not changing. I don't. Yeah. So I have boundaries, but luckily that wasn't I didn't tell you specifically, or like you had permission to go do this, and you so,
but I will take it a step further and say specifically what I'm talking about is upfront.
Oh,
like y'all in a relationship and there's rapport built, and you still need to have your boundaries and lines. What?
Sorry, I was remembering little one, like, because, you know, like I said in the beginning, I was very clear about what my boundaries were. Mm-hmm. And so we got into it. We've been in a relationship now for a while, and little one is like, oh yeah, there are certain things I did in other relationships that I would never do with you because I know that you would leave. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not a question of if I meant to do it or if this is, she's like, no, I know you would leave. Yeah. So I behave differently. I behave as though if I did this, I would lose you. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. I'm glad that we have that understanding because I also know that I behave as though if I did this thing, I would lose you. Right.
Yeah. But I'm still talking about when you dating somebody, when you meet somebody. Mm-hmm. For me, the last time I went against one of my non-negotiables, it was a great era, lots of fun stories, terrible time. Because one
0
of my
out of 10 do not recommend.
Well, I won't say 0 out of 10 because I had fun when I was having fun.
Okay.
So that's worth something, I guess.
Yeah.
But y'all probably know I'm talking about cheesy fries. One of my non-negotiables after getting a divorce was I'm not dating no nigga who don't have kids. I don't care if he says that he has them, or that he don't have them and he don't want them. I don't care, because in my experience, every man who I met who didn't want kids at some point got them now. So every single one. So that was one of my non-negotiables. I am not dating a man who don't have kids.
Yeah.
Because I know that I don't want no more kids, and I don't see and where I messed up was I still wasn't trying to date him. I was never trying to date him. I should have left once I realized that he was trying to date me. But now, I mean, I'm good and I'm happy now, so I don't see a need for this. And but if there were a situation, I'm not. There's nothing that we can do if you don't have kids, because I don't got it for you. So, but that's a non-negotiable for me up front. I'm talking about straight out the gate. When you go date somebody, I feel like you need a short list, maybe 3 to 5 things where you work them into conversation. And if you ask this person a question and their answer does not align with you and what you want, you need to back away right then and there.
It needs to be over
before there's any time invested. Before you start feeling like, oh, okay, but I don't even need to know nothing else about. I'm not saying get up and leave out the date.
But I'm saying,
you know what? That's it. Nope. You like
that's
beef
rude.
noodles, bitch? Absolutely not. I got to get the fuck up out of here. I'm not saying leave the date, but I'm saying you need to have an honest conversation with yourself and with that person. This isn't going to work out because core values and that.
Yep.
It also makes you think about what is truly a non-negotiable and what is just a preference.
Exactly.
So I feel like that probably be one of my biggest thing for people dating, like a biggest tip for people dating. Come up with, if you got to write that shit down, write it down. Come up with a list, maybe 3 to 5 things of non-negotiables. I am not tolerating this, and find that shit out early so that you can leave. It's much easier to leave before you start liking a motherfucker. So
much. Because once you're invested,
then that's when you start making excuses. And that's when it becomes like, oh, well, I mean, I do really, really need my own space, but he's cute and and he wants to move in, so it's fine. Like,
and we're not talking about like, there will be things in relationships that you go through that you have to push through. Yeah. But this is after we have already established.
There's rapport built.
We have the same core values.
We have goals set together.
Yes. And so now we need to figure out what is the obstacle that is getting in the way of us getting to this goal. Is it poor communication? Is it we don't have enough time? Is it that our finances are in disarray? Is it that what is the thing that is getting in the way of these goals that we set, which were whatever they were, that are preventing us from getting to that, since now we've established that this is the relationship. Right. And the only time we get out of this relationship is when one of us says, it don't have to be both of us. As soon as one of us says, hey, I don't feel as though we're keeping up this and this. Yeah. I have changed what I would like now, or you're not holding up your end of what you said this was, and so I'm out. Yeah. And that's a lot harder to do because, like I said, now we've got rapport built. But you don't build rapport and all this other stuff with people before you know what's going on with them.
So I'll never forget. I made a video about this, but I'll never forget somebody calling me vain because I was like, "There's absolutely no way." There's certain things, like even looks wise, I'm not going for it because you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna settle and I'm gonna be like,
and then you're gonna get into an argument, and the first thing out your mouth gonna be,
"You slewfoot bitch."
Exactly. This is the first thing that you was like is gonna be the first thing out your mouth.
And people like, well, you could be missing your blessing. No, I'm not. How would I know? That could be that could be your soulmate. How would I know?
There's
how would I know?
There's certain things. And you can call it shallow if you want. And I'm this is the thing. I'm tired of people acting like they don't have like physical preferences or whatever preferences it is. You can have whatever preference you would like. You just don't get to be an asshole about it. And that's the part that everybody forgets. Like you can prefer to not date single mothers. Just don't shit on single mothers.
Right. Unprovoked.
Wasn't nobody even asking you about that. At all whatsoever. You brought
Wasn't
that
nobody
up.
asking you shit. Honestly, nobody is usually ever asking anybody anything on the internet.
No.
And people just be in there with unsolicited bullshit.
The internet has made everybody believe that their opinions are important.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure they are.
No, they're not.
Your opinions, I'm sure everybody has most people have at least one person who their opinions are important to. It's just not the rest of us.
I wasn't saying important to anyone. I saying important.
Oh.
There's these motherfuckers do not know what they are talking about. These opinions are not important.
Yeah.
For the vast, I would say the vast majority of people, based on the sampling that I have seen from the internet, are vastly stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, comprehension skills are at an all-time low.
Bro, the American school system has failed us so significantly. Well, actually, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do because they don't really want a smart electorate at all whatsoever. And once you start to realize, oh, wait a minute, okay.
One of my favorite internet comebacks right now is every now and then I'll see somebody say, look at this child left behind.
That is such a good insult. Because this is the thing is,
that goddamn George Bush. You forgot what?
Bro, when someone insults you with empathy,
I'm so good for that.
Bro,
That's
what that bless your heart is. Someone so insulting you with empathy is crazy. It hurts every time.
One of my favorite things to do when I'm on live and trolls come in there and start just trolling, I'll be like, you know what? You have so much dedication. Like maybe we could, like, I'm pretty good with resumes. We can figure out a way to put this on there because anybody who has taken the time to make 26 emails simply to troll, we can get you a job. That is dedication to what you love. We can get you a job. And then you can maybe make some money off of this. I will spend 15 minutes talking to trolls and trying to get them jobs.
This is the other thing. Okay. When these scammers put like these things in bios when they put like, oh, such and such help my credit in the comment section, or they like tag you in something that's got 50 other people tagged in it and it's like some get rich quick. I'm like, who is still falling for this in the year of our Lord 2024?
Okay. So I'm not going to hold you. One time on Facebook, somebody got me with one of those. They didn't get
What
me.
year was it?
No, it was this year.
Oh, wow.
Maybe about a month ago. But they didn't get me. But I don't remember what the context was. I posted a video and in the comments they were talking about something that was loosely related. It was vague enough to be related to what I was talking about. It wasn't until I got to the last sentence when they was like, and that's how this person helped me with my credit. And I was like, God damn it, this story was getting good. Somebody done got hit by a car. I was interested. You trying to scam me? I thought we were.
It's such dedication.
We were on the same team.
I thought we built a rapport. there was a relationship happening.
You telling me this tea? I'm like, oh shit. I'm not sure why you're telling me this here, but I am interested. Get to the bottom.
It's a scam.
Somebody done helped you with your damn credit score. Get the hell out of here. You didn't piss me off.
You didn't ask enough clarifying questions when you was watching in the first place. You didn't stay. And if you would have stood on your boundaries and you wouldn't have been in that situation.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I'm all right. Happens to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
There was something else I was gonna say, but the ADHD took me that direction, and I didn't fight it.
Don't
let it happen. But no, it was something to do with the internet.
It's such a weird place. It's such a great place, but at the same time,
we were talking about something specific though.
My short-term memory is shit, so I hope you're not expecting me to remember.
All right. Well,
yeah, I don't have it.
Short-term memory?
I think it's the
inhaler. Mm-hmm. I've heard that's a thing.
Yeah, I should maybe stop
for a while.
I'm doing so good. It makes me so hungry. I've been eating really well.
Good.
Yeah,
that's really good. In fact, so we have a few things on this. What's the name? We got a listener letter on here that we've been trying to do for like the past 4 episodes. that we got to do. We got a question of the week.
Okay.
And I have like 3 or 4 other things. Oh, I was talking oh, that's what I was talking about. The scamming thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't remember who that's what I was going to say. Oh no, nigga. I got once. But this was, you know how like you know how people were like, oh, everybody has your information, da 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 da. And then I realized, bro, I remember once when I couldn't have been more than like, I was either a senior in high school or something like that. And I put my information in something that was like, hey, you can win a TV, da 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 da. And you just had to keep putting in your information on the next page and the next page and the next page. I'm like, this is why the fuck everybody had your fucking telemarketers was calling you all the goddamn time, because you tried to win this fucking prize. Like, you don't even have to put in any credit card information. Just put your name and phone number and email address here.
We will be contacting you about your car's extended warranty for the rest of your life because of this.
That's exactly how I got, bro. Sometimes I'll be like, I would never do that. And then I sit and I think for a second, I'll be like, you've done something comparable.
But you were in high school.
I was, yeah.
That's different. You know, there's young people and old people. We are in between right now. We can't be making those kind of mistakes right now.
Yeah.
But young people and old people.
Dog, I really am getting old. Bro, I hurt my back today. I don't even know how I hurt my back. Like right underneath the shoulder blade. Like I was like, I ain't even did a back day. I was like, I don't know what happened.
Pinched nerve?
Probably. I'm still going to the gym after this.
Oh, okay.
I'm not lifting though.
Cardio?
I'm going to do some light cardio. I'm just going to get some shots up because I got a game tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And actually, I might just stretch because I really just need a good stretch.
Do you need to go to the gym to stretch?
No. So maybe I won't. Who knows?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing when I leave here. I'm going to get me my big girl meal I have a big girl meal at McDonald's and Jack in the Box.
Okay, what's your big girl meal?
At McDonald's, I get a double cheeseburger, a hot and spicy, and a medium fry. And I eat it all. Oh. And then at Jack in the Box, I get a chicken sandwich, 2 tacos, an egg roll, and a cheesecake.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go get my big girl meal from McDonald's.
I'm here for it. I haven't eaten McDonald's in years.
That's great. That's great.
I typically don't eat fast food.
Oh, I love McDonald's.
I don't eat the lower grade fast foods. Like, you still gonna catch me at Chipotle.
Yeah. Well, it's Chipotle really fast? I mean, it's technically fast food because it's fast, but they ain't got no drive-through, so that ain't fast food to me.
Nico's hot chicken.
I hate Nico's hot chicken.
Really?
Yeah.
You just not like hot chicken?
I don't like hot chicken.
Okay, that would be why. Because if you like hot chicken, Miko's is fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it once. I had Nico's once. I didn't enjoy it, but I don't like hot chicken,
bro. Oh, I'm looking at this rundown. I'm like, I was upset a lot of this week apparently because Nick's is getting on my nerves.
While you search for what we're going to talk about next, I have a very, very random tidbit of information that I would like to share with you guys. If you are one of those people who are constantly getting like personal loan and credit card solicitations in your mailbox, like, hey, you've been pre-approved for XYZ. If you're constantly getting that and you no longer want to get that, the website is optoutprescreen.com and you can take your name off the list.
For
like if you get those solicitations in the mail, like for loans and credit cards and stuff like that, you can go to optoutprescreen.com and you can take your name off of that list. It helps your credit too. I'm chock full of random facts that had absolutely nothing to do with anything we talked about, but it popped up in my head and I thought I'd share.
No, that was useful. Thank you. Because I'm probably going to do that now because I don't like when people send me things.
Yeah. I get so mad when I go to my mail because I only check my mailbox like once every month and a half. And I go and I'm like, oh, mail. It's literally all just people like
trying to get me to buy this thing,
or trying to get me to get a credit card or
insurance,
a personal loan or something. But I don't opt out because I like credit cards, so I like to keep it just in case like somebody that I actually want a credit card from sends me one.
I almost never want a credit card from anybody. I might get. I
love credit cards. I have like over 20.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know how many, but I have over 20.
You got a lot.
Some very obscure ones. Why do I have a Firestone credit card?
No, little one has a Firestone credit card.
Oh, okay. Cool.
She be using that hoe.
I don't. Nope.
Well, okay.
I didn't even use it when I got it. That's not. My best friend works at Firestone, and something was wrong with my car. I took it up there.
Oh, the one that I met?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You met my best friend on last Saturday. Yeah, he works at Firestone, and he was like, just bring your car up here. I took it up there. He fixed it for me for free. Hopefully he doesn't. They don't know who my best friend is. But he fixed it for me for free. And so when I was going through the checkout, he was like, "Oh, you could just hit skip." I was like, "Do y'all get credit for that?" He was like, "Yeah." I'll apply. Shit, fuck it. I got you. You hook me up. I got you. And I applied for the credit card. It got approved. I was like, okay, sure. Never even used it.
Okay. You be wildin', bro. All right. Bro, TikTok Live is the pit of hell.
Oh, man.
It is so bad. It's, you know what it is? When they started letting people with like less than 1,000 followers. Sometimes I feel like that's what it is. Because like, this is the thing. It's not hard to get to 1,000 followers. You can get to 1,000 followers just commenting on people's posts. So the fact that there are people that like you make content,
because I feel like they give you the first 100.
Yeah, and people don't even. And then also people that, and then it's not just that, it's people that be on live and they let people come up and don't have their face on camera, and this person has 3 followers and they're just up here to cause havoc.
I don't.
Bro, I saw a lot. And also, I'm tired of people saying things that they think are profound to me, that like they sound profound until you say them over again. Yeah. Like this lady said, she was like, you know what men love? A woman that can apologize when she's wrong. And I was just like, yeah, I was like, yeah, we do. And then I sat with it for a second. I said, what human doesn't like someone who can apologize to them when they're wrong?
When they're wrong.
What?
Yeah.
Bro.
All you gotta do is say it in a cadence like, well, you know what they say.
Pastor's been doing it for years.
If it ain't right, then it's wrong.
You gotta go up at the end. That's all it is. It's just up at the end and we're fine.
Yeah. No, like, the sky gonna always be blue.
Nigga. Cause that has so many meanings. Like, and this is the other thing. You talking to a nigga who like is a poet, is, and will forever be a poet. I have constructed the English language, as Cat Williams would say. So, like, certain things, I'm like, bro, like you didn't say anything, and I know you didn't say anything because sometimes I don't be saying anything,
and that's exactly what I sound like
when I don't be saying nothing. Like I know bullshit when I see it.
Can't recognize game.
Yeah, come on, big dog. Here. Also, you didn't think about this from enough angles because you left yourself open on your flank right here. That's a weakness in your argument. I don't think
because the sky red right now. Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about?
Like sometimes I'll leave a gap in the argument as a trap because I'm gonna see who's gonna walk in this motherfucker. Got your bitch ass. I had to make an example. But I'd be incredibly bored when I do that because who has time?
Me.
Fair. Do your thing, friend.
I have so much time. I'm actually trying to like get more. I want to pick up some hobbies or something. Real quick, I really, really want to find. I feel like this is gonna be something that I'm gonna like when I make it, when I'm rich. It's gonna come back to this moment of me talking about how bad I really want to find an all black or majority black improv class. All of them that I find are white, and white people comedy is not
our comedy.
Yeah, and it's like I'm not gonna be comfortable up there improving the way that I want to improv. With a bunch of white people, because it's different. Yeah, it's not like I feel like that's gonna be my I know I made it when I open my improv class.
That's fly.
Because that's something I wanted to do for so long. I enjoy acting. I do enjoy acting, but improv, I feel like I would be really good at. But I don't know if I have the range yet to do that shit with white people. You gotta have range.
You not okay? All right, fair.
I'm not saying that I don't. I don't know.
Yeah,
because I don't really know none for real.
I've been around a few.
Yeah. But like, if you was to go through my phone,
fair.
Niggas, Negroes, blacks.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Well,
I got one person in my life that I call a friend that's not black, and they're not white.
I was about to say, they Latino?
No.
Asian?
No. Well, technically yes,
but Samoan? Not like what was it?
Indian.
Okay.
He cool as fuck. His last name's Kang.
As in the Conqueror?
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
What is worse than getting knocked out? Like if you if you saw your man in a fight, what is worse than him getting knocked out? Because someone asked me this, and me and my homegirl was talking about it, and I instantly had an answer. We both said the same thing.
Worse thing him getting knocked out, as in knocked out is not a part of it, because the first thing that comes to my head was you getting knocked out and peeing on yourself. But like, if we're taking being knocked out of it,
okay, let's say because the peeing on yourself thing trumps everything. But if you pee on yourself, bro, like ain't nothing I can do for you.
If you excrete any bodily fluid,
but just because you got knocked out doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna pee yourself.
Right.
So let's say he doesn't pee himself. We're not taking knocked out off, but we're taking pee yourself off the table, right? Okay. So what is the thing that you think would be worse than him getting knocked out?
For me personally, the worst than getting knocked out would be him running from the fight.
Really?
Yes. Because you go your fair with shit, you're not gonna win them all. But if you run, if we're past the point of de-escalating the situation, it's time to fight. That is what we're doing.
You've talked yourself into this. You
had the opportunity to leave, and it was okay. And we're gonna walk away from this shit before it escalates.
Because before you were mature,
right? Now you're scared. So that's worse for me.
Okay.
Like the fight, we are to the point of a fight, and you back out, you run away.
I didn't even think about that, because I can't even imagine that.
Yeah.
Because like, if we get to the point where like we're fighting, I probably wanted to get to this point because I was fed up by now. Yeah. But I'm talking about, okay, so like, okay,
what was y'all's answer?
So okay, because we're talking about like if we got into the fight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
And what to me is worse than getting knocked out, because if you've ever had this happen to you, it's worse than getting knocked out. Getting the wind knocked out of you, nigga.
Yeah.
By a punch?
I would rather just be unconscious.
Because this is the thing, it's gonna drop you, and then you can't move your limbs. Mm-hmm. Like you're trying to figure out where the air is. Yeah. And like because like everybody's had the wind knocked out of them, because like you fallen as a child and like hit your everybody. Back. You never had the wind knocked out of you? Oh wow.
But I'm also
you missed out on a crucial life experience.
You know, my auntie said that shit to me. Cause she said something about a brain freeze, and I was like, yeah, I ain't never had one of those. Drink this fast. you miss. Girl, I just saw you over there with your face all scrunched up, your body hurt. You don't
Why
know
do I want to have this horrible experience?
Twitching right now. Why would no? I'm good.
But you won't know unless you. But this is one of the things you don't know unless you know.
I don't need to know.
So like when you're a kid, typically you'll get the wind knocked out of you by like falling, and like your back hits the ground stupid hard. But what'll end up happening with that is if your back hit the ground that hard, eventually your head is going.
Yeah.
And you're just basically like floating at that point. You're dizzy. You're too dizzy to realize.
The stars.
Yeah. You're too dizzy to realize that you don't have air in your lungs. Like you're just like, you're trying to figure out. There's this screaming pain. and everything is blurry, so I can't focus on the fact that I can't breathe. But in a fight situation, getting the wind knocked out of you, because getting dropped and like you take a knee, and then the other motherfucker is just looking at you. Because when I got dropped, and I remember who did it too. It was this dude. He was bigger than me too. And it was over a girl. Because I grew up in England, year 7, which I think is like 6th grade. So I couldn't have been more than like 12. Or whatever grade you're in when you're like 12.
Okay.
So
12 is like 6th grade. Somewhere around there.
So we are at school and we're arguing over some girl and whatever. And he decided, and some girl was around, and he decided he was going to show off. And I decided, of course, you not going to get me with these words. So I was like, and like, like I had hands. He was a lot bigger than me though. It was one of them ones where like, you know how like there's always that kid that's bigger than everybody. And he just stopped. At 12, he was like 6'2". And he never grew again. Yeah. Like he never had any other growth spurts, but at 12 he was just 6'2". And my little like 5'7", 5'8" ass was just talking shit. Cause he started with me. I was like, this is why you get bullied. Because and he did used to get bullied by other people. I was like, you bring this on yourself because you be talking to people crazy and then they respond and now you mad.
Being bullied when you are bigger than everybody else,
it's crazy. And he could fight too.
Getting knocked out.
But the problem was,
he don't like to.
No, the problem was he was Billy Badass, but the people that was fucking with him was really Billy Badass. And I was on track to be Billy Badass, but I knew where I felt in like the thing. And people would be like, you could beat up Charlie. And I'd be like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to have to find out.
Charlie?
Like there are some fights when they talk about like, hey, yo, I think you could beat up such and such. You'd be like, I'll take that risk. I want to find out.
Yeah.
Charlie was one of them ones like, we're not really accounting for this. Like, Charlie is 6'2" and he been 6'2" for a while. Like, he got grown man size. Like, and he's moving with kid speed. Like, this doesn't make any sense, bro. He's overly quick and too big. So yeah, Charlie punched me dead at my shit. We was both talking trash. He hauled off and punched me in my shit. And when I dropped to my knee, like I was trying to, like I couldn't even get my hands up to like defend myself anymore because I'm trying to figure out where the air. I can't move limbs. And he's just looking at me and he started talking shit. And now I'm trying to get up because like. But now I'm trying to slowly get up because this is going to be worse if I get up and I fall back down. Because now it's just embarrassing.
Oh my gosh, that's such a sight. Oh
yeah,
my gosh,
no.
I hate that part in the fights.
Bro, in boxing, that is the worst thing ever. If you are down and you don't know, just stay down, bro. Because if you get back up and you fall down, you will be a meme. We will talk about you forever. You remember old boy who got clocked and then got up and it was like the referee. Shit was wild.
Yeah,
he ain't know where he was. Mouthpiece wasn't even all the way back in.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But to me, yeah, getting winded, someone knocking the wind out of you, arguably. Because if I'm knocked out, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm through.
And yeah.
And I'm hoping like I got somebody around that's not gonna let you like stomp me out.
Right. It's gonna
Because again, we said we're just talking about being knocked out. We're not the after effects. Because peeing on yourself and getting stomped out is like that's crazy. Like obviously, I don't want those things for myself.
Right.
Well, we're talking about just this thing.
Yeah, that was the first thing that my head went to was you're not living that down.
That was such a I date hood niggas answer. That was the first thing I thought of when you said that. I was like, you done dated some niggas before. Cause who even thinks about that, bro? I was like, oh yeah.
Our niggas used to fight like this.
I had a dude do that to me once in college. I tore his ass up. Cause why are you playing with me?
As you should.
I was like, hey bro. And it was one of them like, we're out on the basketball courts and he was like, people don't offer to spar you unless they think they can like beat you. And someone was like, hey yo, he said he want a little nigga to spar. And I was like, he said I'm a little nigga? All right. And I'm watching and like, this is the thing. Growing up in England, you learn real quickly how to have hands. Because the thing is, the English, the Irish, and the Scottish, the way we like have our kids in football is the way they have their kids in boxing. They got that's what they do. Like, even if they don't like go on to do whatever, they box. That's their shit. And so you learn real quickly who got hands and who don't. So when I came over here after doing all the things I had done over there, and like I was really, really into like martial arts and a whole bunch of other stuff, and I'm watching these dudes spar, and when you watch like dudes who don't really know how to fight spar, everybody is swinging for everybody's head. You're just trying to hit a head. Because everybody's thinking, if I knock you out,
Right.
that's what I want to do. But I always, and this goes back to the thing, I always remembered that the worst thing that you can be
It's winded.
is winded. When I tell you I tore that boy up, I was trying to hit it every time I hit him in his like shit, because he wasn't like dropping his hands.
Yeah.
I was lifting him off the ground. And he's like, what are you doing, bro? And I'm like,
Is this not what you
I'm like,
wanted?
eventually, and then he dropped his hands and it got worse.
Yeah.
Cause I hit him once and it was like one of them boom to the stomach, and he folded, and then I uppercutted him, and it's the way his head snapped back. I was like, okay, let's stop. This is
probably-
finna get dangerous.
This is probably the end of that. Uppercuts are so crazy.
And he wanted to fight me without the gloves, and I was like, bro, what are you doing?
A little bare knuckle.
This doesn't, like, this is not gonna make this easier for you. Also, I'm stronger than you. Like, I can feel this in the way that you like. Please don't do this.
Yeah.
I've always had fun with combat sports. My parents would never really let me for real like do them, but then like because I was always fighting and stuff, and then grew up and then joined the military and got to do like learn some of their combative stuff. But I kind of been into Brazilian jiu-jitsu and all of that stuff. So yeah, I love combat sports.
Yeah, I saw this dude that I'm mutuals with online talking about how he did some type of training to harden his bones. And he got the knocking on his arm, like knocking on it. It sounded like somebody was knocking on the fucking door. What are you training for?
He didn't harden. What he did is he deadened the nerves. He deadened he hit shit on his arms until he could no longer feel it.
Yeah.
There's no nerve endings there anymore. He didn't harden anything. He just can't feel it.
So you can hit it as hard as you want to get that sound.
He can hit it as hard as he would like.
Because the sound is what was crazy to me.
That's
I told him, I was like, I bruised my shin trying to knock on this shit, trying to
Bro,
see what it sound like.
There are like Thai boxers who all they do is kick stuff with the front of this to deaden the nerves and to practice, and they be fucking shit up.
You know, his real name is John, but his TikTok is like Ogun, OGUN.
Sounds familiar.
Okay, I figured you might because we have y'all have mutual.
His name is John.
His real name is John, but his Twitter handle is Ogun.
His Twitter
No, I'm sorry, I meant TikTok. His TikTok handle is Ogun, but that's what I'm talking about.
His name is what?
OGUN, and then Ivy, I believe Ivy, Ivy, I think.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I think I may have seen. I have.
He's probably been. I know he's been in live with us before. He went to school with Short King.
Oh, okay. You know how I am. Like, when people tell me about men, I be like, I don't know. I gotta like, because dudes be weird sometimes.
No, he's not
bro.
weird.
Like, sometimes Cat Williams. There was things Cat Williams said that like made sense to me. I have been around women a lot of my life because of the professions that I have chosen and like what I decided to study at school, because the mental health profession is primarily dominated by women. That's the majority of the time who goes into those professions. When I was studying psychology, I was primarily around women. So like, I hear the stories about how weird the dudes be, and like I am like always like weirdly on guard with other men, but also because I know that other men, there is always a minute chance that violence could erupt at any moment, and so I'm never fully relaxed. There are very few men that I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm just like completely calm around.
Okay, I have a random question for you.
Okay.
Knowing what you know about your personality and your interests right now today.
Okay.
If you could go back to your freshman year of college.
Yes.
And pick your major, knowing what you know right now, what do you think like would make you happy? What do you think you could major in or like go to school for that would make you happy? Would it still be mental health?
Do I have all the knowledge that I have now?
Not book wise, but as far as your personality and what you enjoy doing, yes. So like not all the knowledge where like I could just go be a surgeon and I like, or you know, but like just based on the person that you have become as an adult and the things that interest you and what you like.
I think that I probably would have gone the same route. I probably would have, I would have done the same things because I got like the military plus like being in the mental health profession is such a dichotomy because those two things tell you there's such juxtaposition. Military is mission first. Mental health is take care of, make sure people are actually good. And if you need to take a break, then take a break. Military says, yeah, we get all that shit that you're talking and we're going to tell you take a break if you need to. But really what's happening is we need this shit done. So if you gotta not be with family, if you gotta do this over here, get the shit done I told you to get done. And that's just how that works. And the people that get promoted in the military make sure that the job gets done regardless of what it took to get the job done. A lot of the time that is somewhat changing, but for the most part that's who's getting promoted because when you look on their evals it's saying that. But anyway,
you do the same thing? You would do the same thing?
I would make slightly different decisions.
But your career choice.
Oh yeah.
Would be the same.
I think I might have double majored in something else so that I could like
use them.
So that I could have a different skill set to add to the ones that I already have now. And I would have just chosen slightly different. I would still be in the military had I made slightly different choices. Had I not stayed at the unit that I was in when I was in the reserves, I probably would still be in and would be promoted. But if that's the case, me and little one may not be together because I could have at one point was thinking about like in the beginning of the pandemic, I was on active duty orders and was thinking about going I was thinking about going active duty or active guard reserve. And if I go active guard reserve, they're going to ship me somewhere. So me and her would have never met.
Yeah.
Or I could have just gone to a different unit somewhere else in Texas, which also fine.
I think if I could go back, I would have went to law school.
I think about that, but that's so much reading.
But at that time, I was with that. I couldn't go back to school. I have no desire to go back to school now, but like fresh out of high school, going into college. And then I heard the bar, it's really not that hard. Like I heard that it's hard. I heard it's not no joke, but
it's doable.
Yeah. And I just feel like I would have been really good at it.
I feel like depending on what type of lawyer that I would have been good because there's so many different types of law. Everybody's not a litigator or someone who is in like open court.
Like
everybody's not that. Yeah. I think I would have made I don't know if I'm soulless enough to be a lawyer. You do be liking a lie.
I love a good lie.
So I mean,
love a good lie.
That lawyers, I mean, that makes sense.
And I like to prove points.
So like being in the military, which is something that is of service, is something that kind of has always like called to me. So yes, I probably would have still chosen the military. And then being of service in the mental health field is also something that called to me, and I get to talk to people about their emotions and how to make their lives better. I was like, and that's something that I would have done regardless. There have been conversations that I would have had with clients that I've had with like just random people that I've met, like dudes. And also dudes say things to me sometimes and I say to them the same thing that like they say to women, which like this dude was telling me about how his baby mama is like crazy and how like he has, and you know how I know she's crazy? Because he has custody of the kids.
Oh. And that's hard to do.
Yeah, he has custody of his daughter, and moms showed up like looking to get the kid, and she's like a year and a half old, and like mom's ain't got no car, and it's raining outside. Like, he's like, you are not taking my child.
Where's she gonna go? What?
And then like she does all this hoopla and calls the police, and the police get there and immediately think
that he's the problem.
Yeah, and I go, and the thing I said to him was, "Hey, yo, you got to pick better, bro." Which is a shitty thing to say, but also
it is what y'all do.
It is. If you would have, when we go back to the conversation where we say, "Hey, what questions did you ask in the beginning?" or were you just focused on the fact that, damn, she got a fat ass, damn, she's so fine, and you missed all the things that make him, her, them, they bad for you.
Well, you know, I don't know if because I am a woman and that is most often said to women, you should pick better. Yes. That I feel a little bit, I feel a way about that, because it's like when women get online and complain about their trash ass baby daddies, and men come in the comments saying you should have picked better. My first thought is always, that nigga was not wearing a hat that said I'm trash.
No.
He was pretending to be a good person, and I am not a bad person for falling for his act.
Absolutely not. Which is, and let me clarify. I did not tell that young man, hey, you should pick better.
You should have. Well, no, because we don't know if he's one of those people or not.
Yeah, but what I did say is, I talked about accountability, which is, accountability is not, hey, like you gotta be it's how did it's not victim blaming. It's in what way did I participate in this situation?
How did I contribute?
That was detrimental, and how do I not repeat this over again? That's all accountability is for the most part. It is making sure that you don't make the same mistake over. But we don't people that don't actually do the work don't tell you that part. They just go, they find ways, bro. A lot of these online mental health professionals are no different than people that peddle prosperity gospel in the church. They tell you all the things that are wrong with everybody else that is around you to make you feel good so that you never have to look at yourself.
Yikes. On the bike.
And if you're not careful, you will get wrapped up in it. Have you wrapped up in it? It's a crazy world.
Yeah.
Oh, what I am going to talk about real quick is, I've been saying for months and years, the most common question, we're going to take care of this question right now. The most common question I get asked is, where do you find a dom? And we about to answer this question right now. So do you have any advice before I get into mine?
My dom found me. So no.
So that was arrogant, and you just hurt millions of women's feelings that are going to see this. I don't know if there actually are or not. We're hoping that this at some point like sees millions of people. But where do you find a dom? The first thing I would ask you is, what type of things are you interested in? What type of things do you care about? What type of activities do you participate in? Because I guarantee you, doms probably participate in those things. There's like, hey, do you want a relationship? Because if you want a relationship, I would tell you, hey, most people are more kinky than you think they are. Focus on finding someone that meets your that has your same principles, that has your same core values, that feels the same way you do about communication, and whose mind is open to exploring and shows, if you're looking for a dom, they show evidence of being a good steward. Now, you can find this person at your local gym. You can find this person in your local grocery store. You can find this person on your For You page of TikTok sometimes. Not all the time, because a lot of them be lying and they're just whatever. But you can find these people anywhere that you are. You just have to be open to talking to people. And a lot of times, this is the other thing. I feel like people be asking me, hey, yo, where do I find a dom? But you don't want to find, like, you don't leave your house, bro.
Oh, where can I find a man, period? Literally, when I was on live yesterday, all these people asking me, all these women asking me, well, where do you find him? Does he have a brother? How do I get one? You don't go outside.
Yeah.
You don't, and I don't mean outside like the streets. I mean, You don't go nowhere.
Anywhere. To anything. Like, and I'm not saying you got to go to the club, but you don't have like just a nice, cool get together event that you don't go to, that you can go to.
Yeah.
But I saw one of my favorite content creators say, she was like, a lot of the people that did a lot of the work have worked on ourselves and worked on making our homes very, very comfortable. So now we don't want to leave them. And I was like, that's very true.
Yeah.
I got everything in my house.
I always say HEB is my favorite place to be besides my house.
I go there often.
I love being at home.
But also that's partially the pandemic because it made HEB the club. People wear their best outfits to HEB. Because you wasn't wearing them nowhere else.
Yeah.
And you was at home online shopping, ordering packages for no fucking reason.
It was.
Stressing out these goddamn workers.
It was.
Especially before we knew that COVID was transferred through the air.
And when remember they was wiping off boxes?
Yes. Craziness, bro.
Y'all are the same people who are wiping off boxes before they bring them in the house are the same ones tussling with people over toilet paper in the grocery store.
Bro.
So, I mean, that's that.
I remember them being out of everything. And then people was price gouging for freaking all of the things.
One of the best things, it wasn't a good thing that happened during COVID, but one of the best like practices that I saw was like certain stores would only let old people in like early in the morning because they're like generally more immune compromised. That's exactly what I was looking for. And so I want to say HEB was doing that. Like the first hour or two was for old people. And, you know, they be up dressed, sitting on the porch at 5:30 anyway. They don't, I don't know why the fuck old people wake up so early. I guess it's because like I don't want to sleep too long because I might die in my sleep. So just wake up.
Jesus Christ!
Why do old people be up so early in the damn morning?
I don't know. Maybe they're like, I'm retired now, and this is like I've been getting up at this time for forever, and so my body is just used to it now.
Yeah, I have an internal alarm clock for 7. I cannot sleep unless I go to sleep at 5. I cannot sleep at 7.
If I go to sleep, so I'm typically my body is gonna wake me up between 7 and 8 because that's about the time I get up for like all of my life, or at least now. I'm so used to it because work don't start till 8. I don't know where they got this 9 to 5 shit from, bro.
It's really 8 to 5. But I think that's because people used to have 30-minute lunch breaks.
And then the government said, no, you need to get them people an hour.
The government didn't say shit. There are no laws in Texas about your breaks. None. Lunch breaks.
I thought they have to give you an hour lunch break.
No.
If you're working over a certain amount of hours.
No. Not even the 12 hours. No. There are no laws in Texas about your lunch break. I looked it up. There are like best practices that pretty much everybody agrees to, but there are no laws in place.
That you have to get a lunch break.
They have to provide you a restroom and access to water. And there's everything that I saw that was like they have to do anything when it comes to your break was not a law. It's like if you work more than 4 hours, you get a 15. That's like OSHA.
Yeah.
But it's not the law. So you could probably file a complaint with like OSHA, but it's not against the law for you.
They would get fined though.
Yeah, because like Vet was complaining about he works 12-hour shifts. And he would get 2 15s and a lunch break. His lunch break isn't an hour. I think it's 45 minutes. And then
so what I've heard is they have to give you a total. If you work over a certain amount of hours, you have to get a total amount of time. Now you can split that up however you would like. So I could technically at my job have 4 15-minute breaks and not a full lunch hour.
The law does not say that.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm just saying like what's her name was. This girl gonna text me.
I'm trying to see if I can since there are no Texas labor laws on breaks, there's no requirements for a certain number of breaks during a 7 to 8 hour shift. That said, it's common for workplaces to provide 30-minute meal breaks and 2 15-minute rest breaks. But there is no law saying that they have to.
Texas is crazy, bro.
It's not just Texas. I only cared about Texas, but when I looked it up, it's quite a few states that don't have like laws in place, but they do have pretty much same standards that everybody follows. But yeah, I was ready because they took away one of their 15s. So you're giving them an hour off, a 12-hour shift, and they have total of an hour off, one 15-minute break and a 45-minute lunch. That's it.
Damn.
Don't do my man like that, because I'll come the fuck up there.
Bro, I've said the same thing about little one.
I'm saying that, but I'm not driving the Conroe. I'm not going.
Wow, just that quickly, it was over.
106.
Well, we do have a question.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and do our break room question of the week. And our break room question of the week this week was actually inspired by a past podcast, and it was, how did you change after you started hunching?
All right.
Okay.
I didn't.
Lies, because that's not what you said on the last podcast.
It's a lie.
It's a whole lie. I'm like, I know that one. How did you change after you started hunching? Stop caring about school. I missed a whole semester of I missed a whole semester junior year of high school.
What the fuck were you doing,
bro? But also, this is the thing. Sex at that age is not that good. You don't even know what you're doing. You're just doing
Euphoria
things.
High.
Huh?
Unless you go to Euphoria High.
Yeah, because they be looking like they know exactly what they're doing. But at that age, you don't know what you're doing. You're just fumbling around. A whole semester.
But why?
Like, how much sex could you have possibly been having?
So where you couldn't go to school,
bro? Like, what is like
for the entire from July to May or whatever? I mean, from January to May,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Wow. That's. How are you now?
That's how we're starting off.
Yeah. No. I need an update about your sex life now, and how do you think? How do you think that affected it?
How do you like you don't got no regular job, huh?
Good grief, Adina Howard. Let's just slow down.
Because this is the other thing. Like, after you get to a certain age and you have like a real life job, you gotta be up for work in the morning. Certain shit that you used to do in college that seems cool, you're not doing no more.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sliding through at 1:30 in the morning for some less maybe cuddle on your couch and watch a movie and we didn't talk about what I'm not doing that shit. But when I first got out of college, first early 20s before I got to 25, oh, for sure. Yeah. Like, for a maybe, I'm driving 45 minutes to go chill and sit on shorty couch and pet her cat. And no.
Okay, gotcha.
How did you change after you started hunching? I got pregnant. Shit escalated quickly.
Yeah. That's
like that show, Diary of the American Teenager, Secret Diary of the American Teenager, which I know you never watched because there's not enough black people in it.
I'm glad you know.
Hey, I know my friend. Mm-hmm. Put her there. Come on. You wasn't gonna leave me hanging though. That's what I appreciate.
Yeah. We're gonna get there eventually.
How did you change after you started hunching? Mm-hmm. I became super sneaky, which was a common thing in the comments. How did you change after you started hunching? Became very hypersexual a year or so after.
Yeah.
How did you change after you started hunching? Bold enough to sneak out of the house using the front door like I was Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible movies. That's wild, bro. You use the front door to sneak out?
Okay.
Who is sneaking out through the front door?
Okay, so this is not right after I started hunching. This was maybe a few years later. My freshman year. I did not sneak. I snuck someone in through the front door.
Were your parents home?
My granny was home and she slept with her door open.
What were you doing? Were y'all actually? Oh, you weren't hunching yet.
Oh no. That's what he was there for. It was like 2:00 in the morning.
Your granny sleep hard?
Not particularly. But in my head, it was just like, she know I'm coming home. So if she wake up, she just gonna see it's me. If she look out while I happened to be because I did have to pass by her room. But I'm like,
Oh, you was thinking back into the house.
He was with me. But I just told him, wait, like I brought him in the house, closed the door, and I walked first to see if she was, because sometimes she'll wake up and just look to make sure that it's me, and then she lay right back down. It's 2 a.m. We're not finna have no conversation. She's not finna get up and come out here. She just gonna look. If she heard the noise, she just look. So I'm like, just stay right here. She ain't wake up. Let him back out when it was time for him to go.
That's wild.
Now my granny, she do be in my lives, but I don't think she listens to it. But,
not yet.
Well, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if it's just from the clips or what, but I had called her, I think on Sunday I was talking to her, and she was like, oh yeah, I saw what your man did, and he invited your best friend and RJ. Why the fuck you know who that is?
How you know who?
She called you by name. Well, it took her a second to get there. I didn't help her.
Yeah.
She was like, and the boy that you do the pod thing with, RJ. I was like, yeah, that is indeed his name.
Oh,
Richard Germain.
that's me.
Richard Germain.
Raphael Jose. I'm out here, baby. How did you change after you started hunching? Power trip. Now I had to get a further clarification, and she said
I didn't need one. Go ahead.
I needed one because I was like, what does this mean? Because I was like, does that mean?
Well, let me see if it mean what I think.
Yeah, she said my cat had him acting unusual.
Oh no, that's not what I thought. But
what did you think?
Just like that's when I started thinking I was grown. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was on a power trip. I was on a power trip.
She realized that she could control men with the kitty.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. This one said, I started assessing everything on a will this get me closer to hunching, will this get me further away from hunching basis.
That is so horny.
It's wild, ain't it?
That is so horny. Because if I pull up to this party, I might find somebody willing to do something. But if I stay home, I'll be ready and available just in case the girl I really want to talk to, hit me with a "you up" text.
I'm gonna be all the way honest with you. If you had this logic at 17, I understand. If you have this logic at 35, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. But that the question was right after they started hunching.
Yeah, so like that. I mean, that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
And the last one, I started missing Bible study. I was a PK.
Are you even allowed to do that?
I don't know. PKs don't be at Bible study like that. Not for real.
This is how I know I wasn't raised in your typical. Remember we had that like what you find in your granny house, and I'm like my granny is not a regular granny because my granny was in church every single Sunday, and she made me go to church every single Sunday. But she also went to Bible study on Wednesday, and I remember telling her, "Granny, I love you to death, but I'm drawing a line."
Yo, telling your granny you drawing a line at Bible study is crazy.
I'm not going. As soon as I was old enough to stay by myself, I remember having a conversation with her, because she would leave me at home while she like went to the store or something like that. So once I was old enough to do that, I'm not going. And she'd be like, you can't stay here by yourself. I did it when you need to run to Walgreens, so I can do it now. I'm not going.
It's like when you use the logic against them, like, no, like we're not doing that.
Mm-hmm. Or I used to get like, if I missed school because I didn't feel good, I was not allowed to go outside that day. It was like, you don't feel good, so what you going out? Like, yeah. So if I missed school, I'm not going to Bible study, bro.
For damn sure. I'm sick. What we doing?
Couldn't go outside.
So I'm not going outside now.
I'm not going to Bible study, bro. I'm not doing it.
That was crazy.
And I used to tell my granny, if you try to make me go, all I'm going to do is sleep. Like, I did not want to go, bro. I knew I wasn't getting out of church on Sunday. So this is where I got some wiggle room. I might be able to get out of this.
I kind of got away like once or twice, but like the way I got away with it was my mom's started being like, if you're not ready to go for church in the morning, you will get left. And I was like,
don't
you ain't said nothing but a word. Hey, bro.
Moseying around the house.
Nothing but a word. I'm like, did you wake up, Robert? And I wake up like right as they're leaving. I'd be like,
Are y'all?
Damn. I'm sorry, bro. Let me go.
I got $1 for the collection
plate. Let me just. I don't know what to wear. Y'all go ahead.
I don't want to hold y'all up.
Yeah.
You know, first service. You know,
y'all be all right. Stay strong. Bro, what a time to be alive. Well, that is all I had for the most part, because these listener letters, I answered one of them. I answered the most common question we've ever been asked, so you're gonna have to be okay with that for now.
Yeah. Okay, well, there was one thing that I wanted to briefly discuss. We were supposed to talk about it last week, but it didn't work. What is your rules or boundaries around your partner's past traumas? Like, when every person that you're with, you have to learn.
Yeah.
And so when you're with someone who brings in certain behaviors or certain mannerisms, ideologies, but they have them from previous relationships that were toxic as fuck, and then you have to try and get through that with them.
So you mean they have things that are not necessarily harmful to you, but harmful to themselves that they got from past relationships?
No, it's like, an example. Vet has a previous relationship that was a little traumatic or whatever. So the person that he was with was one of the people who didn't really trust well. And so he got into the habit of having to explain every little thing that he's doing. Every thought that he has. He feels like he has to explain it because he was with somebody who was so quick to accuse him of doing something, or just putting him in a situation to have to, they wanted an explanation. I am not that person. That makes me feel like I'm micromanaging. I do not need you to explain every single thing to me.
Yeah, I've been there.
But it's like, I understand where it's coming from. I understand why you do it, but you have to stop. It bothers me so much.
I think it's you continuously demonstrating that this is not a thing that I need. And although I appreciate that you are attempting to give it to me, this is, again, not a thing that I need.
That's the conversation that I did have with him. And I started the conversation by saying, if you are doing this because that is who you are, just somebody who wants to make sure that there's no gray area, there's no misunderstanding, so you just want to explain, that is fine, and I can learn to deal with that. If you are doing this because you feel like you have to, because the last person you with would lose their shit if you didn't, and so you feel like you have to in order to keep me off your ass, please stop, because that's not what this is.
I mean, and yeah, fair.
Yeah.
There have been times in where I realized, and this is in all relationships, I talk to people as though you're gonna have to argue with me about this later. I can't, because I've had situations where someone takes something I've said out of context or tries to paint me in a certain way. I have a lot of my life where I am saying this to you as though it is going to be read in court later. Because I don't want no misunderstandings.
Yeah.
I'll be like, this is exactly what I said. And if you want to ask me about my mind state when I said it, I'll be happy to tell you about it. This is exactly what I said.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm working on it. But it can be, you like to cook.
I do.
I'm taking a poll on all the men that I know.
Okay.
Do you clean up as you go?
I do now. I'm kind of a messy cooker. I will, and I use probably too many pots and pans. So I'm getting in the habit of now cleaning it even more as I go. As stuff is simmering, I need to be doing all the things.
Yes. Okay. I'm taking a poll of all the men that I know.
Cook. I had to realize also because once I'm done cooking, I want to be done. I don't want to clean up. I don't want to anything. So if I can do the majority of it as everything is finishing, then that's even better because I'm up and I'm already moving around.
Yes. Yeah, I'm one of those people too. I don't feel like, but I'm not done cooking until everything's done. Like I don't eat. And I know that that's a bit extreme, and I don't expect people to do that or whatever. But I'm not done cooking unless it's a situation where I'm cooking for other people, and I know that people might want seconds, and I'll leave the stuff out. But for the most part, like if I'm cooking a multiple course meal, and I know that there are going to be leftovers, after I make our plates, I put it up right then and there. Put it in, so that I can put those dishes away, so I can put the pots and pans away. And then unless it is a situation where we need to be eating together, or I am really, really hungry for some reason. But for the most part, I won't even sit down to eat until I have put everything away.
Well, sometimes I'm just letting things cool, because I won't sit down if I sit down to eat, usually things still be on the stove, but they're all turned off, because I don't want to put them directly into the refrigerator, because I feel like that's not good.
That is actually not true.
Really?
Yep. I mean, it doesn't hurt to do that, but your food does not spoil if you put it in the refrigerator hot. Your food will spoil if you put hot food in too big of a pot. Like let's say you made a big ass pot of gumbo, you cannot take that whole pot of gumbo and put it in the refrigerator. That will spoil. But if you have like, you made a meal and you just got maybe like a day or so food left, you can put that in there while it's hot. I literally take stuff off the stove and put it in the fridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Yeah, I have nothing else. You got anything? Wait, did I satisfy the answer for the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nope, I don't have anything else.
Okay. All right. Well, if you're listening this far, put Rafael Jose in the comments, or what was the one you said? Richard Germain. You can put either one of those in the comments, and that'll let us know that you made it this far. If you've made it this far, you are again one of the best coworkers in this coworker community that we have. You are the best of the best, because our coworker community
getting overtime
is the best in the world. But hey, come on with the coworker pun.
Overtime.
Let's go.
Yes.
So you in here putting in overtime, and we greatly appreciate it. Hopefully, if you're listening this far, you've already liked, you've already subscribed, you left a comment, a review, and you've told a friend and your mama about us. And we greatly appreciate that, because as I've said, we would like to grow. We thank y'all for being here. We thank y'all for being the best coworkers in the world, and we will see y'all next week.
Bye.